Yeah, now it's raining. So I mentioned that in the audio, in the rain, with all those things happening, and that's what the criminals were. There's a bench of sorts. I'm here because I don't have a choice. Those criminals are there underneath a truck trailer instead of over there. It's not even like anything happened. There's not much work. Today's Saturday. Same truck you heard before when I was talking about in the videos. This rain's going away. I don't know if you noticed, it's just the cloud, the sky there. Yeah, it's just this cloud. It's just the leftover of it. Once after that passes, the other one. But until it does. And then naturally, as the first go-to action, it's not even like to get out of the rain. The criminals are there up to now. And they'll talk in the end of something like, he stopped, like a male pronoun, followed by something else I mentioned in the audio. You could listen to that as well. I was trying to once again clear up space. We're going to clear up a lot of space now. That was the final drop. I wanted to show this. Well, they're still there. They're still there in the rain, by the way. It's likely it's not as strong as this, but they're still there. And unlike me, they could go inside the truck, as you see now. They don't have to turn it on. They turn it on for something to do with that crime against me. And that's a guarantee. The truck isn't even a place to go. It's blocked off on all sides, so you have to move another one first. But I imagine might be something. You know what? The wind's blowing this way. We'll go ahead. Path ahead. Now we're ahead. You know what? I ask you. We're just trying to get away from the rain. The rain is just about to stop anyway. It's nauseous. And there's a little bit more wind. Introduction wants to be out of the rain. Actually, welcoming the rain. It happened. I thought it was about to fall. Not raining here. It was passing quickly enough. So yeah, that's documented as well. I don't know what the point there is, but I know that it's going to the same video as the other ones. In the same sequence. All the things are going to be in the same sequence. So any point you watch there on YouTube and you see a missing number, the chance of being a mistake are very small, actually. Very careful with that. Much bigger chances the other file is too private or something like this. Something to that amount. And the reason is, for instance, on this one, I even bothering to use half thumbs. I don't have a doubt in my mind that those are criminals. And just address them as such. I could get the same thing by just addressing them in neutral terms by saying something like, the individuals who were there for the first time a couple days after hours after someone assaulted me there, after sedating me in the middle of the night, a couple of days after, emphasized that I could film them straight on, and in a place when I would be messing around my things and storing things and putting things inside a bag. What after being inside the bags, they could, no, since they didn't find anything there, because again there was nothing down the dumbest place possible. Fucking dumbass. You stand to believe that one will be trying to see where the things go, which is why we didn't back up a single thing in file. Everything's online. Everything's already backed up to begin with. So you see a lot of uploads, not many backups per se. Uploads are everywhere. They're not from the internet, which means they didn't saw anything. They saw a best location of the little guy, which is not the secret. I mean, what I'm gonna put the little guy when I'm in the mall. I'm gonna pick up in a matter of seconds. That's not a secret. That's not the other phone. That's the little guy sitting charging them all the time. So maybe that was the mystery phone. Again, the other guy thinks that while I'm staying in the mall, nobody can see me. I'm invisible there. So the 15 days. So I don't know. They're crazy imbeciles for everything. So wouldn't bet that survive further scrutiny. For the rest, though, as I said, oh boy, well, welcome. Pretty good. One thing that is important to have in context, though, is this. As I said, when you know that there are things that flow. So that stuff is an example for you. Where the fuck did the method of distribution go? I don't know. The door is open, so it's not air conditioning. We had the criminals there, and then at the same time, as this vehicle has been intrinsically related to the drugs being thrown on me. You're gonna get the plate there. Is it a single vehicle or is it a semi-truck? I think it's a single vehicle. For sure it's a single vehicle. If it's a single vehicle, it's even simpler. You can get the plate from the back. As for the full truck, is it called? That. Okay, so guy coughing was there, messing the vehicle. Presumably the smell of cleaning clothes also came from that. Just fill up the air, so he's also not doing that. There. You know that I just said about filling up the air? You get to listen to the noise of that's the compressor being full. Which means not even touching the rain, but none of this was a thing until the rain starts. And once the rain starts, the criminal goes over there to document this. And that's also not the important part, because let's say that your old all of a sudden gets messed with. You just got to listen the truck releasing extra air. This happens naturally because the compressor never stops. It's tied up to the engine. I think it's the engine block. In essence, it's always filling up. And so instead of starting and stopping, what it does is instead of stopping, it just spells the air and then fills it up again, and that's what keeps going. So for we pretended to do after, which was to fill up the thing with air, it was already filled. So much so that it was spilling it out. Okay? So in the time when you have something that gets released in the air, the criminal that was there waited until the rain started for my body to go rest, and up to that point was literally supposedly watching YouTube videos over there. But once the rain started, we went there to lift up, to turn on the engine and just leave it there running for no reason. With the door open, you see how easy that is to bypass, right? Close the door and you can say that it's in the air conditioning, whatever, for example. With the door open, with the rain falling inside, and clearly no air conditioning, because that's the point of the door open, you saw the vehicle just turning on to the point it will be spelling the extra. Jesus Christ! They moved so fast a second ago. See, this is the thing that gets to me. And to be fair, I should take it more easily because I kind of get the rain is useful. I don't know what they think they're doing, but I love it to be able to just get this thing myself. And on top of that, you have the best. You have a criminal who is completely unhinged, just doing absolutely a shit show of messed up things, other than talking. Even talking things, you got to listen there, like, got here, he stopped. Presumably, I did stop what I was doing that once I noticed. And other things like this, although that's a bigger stretch. It's much easier to point out the more obvious things, which is he was there in the rain. Only when I emphasize that it's raining and the criminal is still there. And finally, when I got the video going, because again, had to clean up the space, and I wanted to upload everything. Everything is now uploaded twice. There's not much use for that. There's nothing else that's bad. Just that the 4th was a torture day. So either way, whatever he was doing, decided to go back to work as the rain starts at the tender hour of 1:56. And by the time he was there, should have been like 1:45, 47 or whatever dumb hour like that. And You got to see quite literally all day after staying in the rain, looking right behind me underneath a truck trailer in the steaming hot sun underneath. If it was hot here, imagine how hot it would have been underneath a open trailer made of metal. At least it's not black. I mean, that one is black, but the one is white. You ask a physicist why that matters. But for what it's worth, when, unlike me, they could just go over there and stay comfortably in a chair. You see how much all of that adds up in your mind, and how much adds up to that being normal. And then, as soon as it starts raining and my skin starts getting wet, the reason I'm shooting the rain, by the way, is precisely to get my skin somewhat out of the flash of rain. It keeps turning on there to blow up something in the air, the engine to blow up something in the air. Not before, when it was easy to work. Decided to basically work with an open door on the truck that probably isn't his. At the same time, it started raining. See the black thing over there on top of the white truck? Yeah, that's escape. That's where it blows out the engine and stuff. See where it points? You know that's not for the right? It's not for the right because you don't want to blow that up as people are loading it. Vehicles tend to park and move forward. Also why it's so high up. Because you ideally want that thing just blowing up to the sky and not for the people around it. But there's still other things going around that, particularly the rain falling down. So that's why we're getting the plate there. Again, all the criminals you see behaving like that, you see me looking for probable cause and trying to establish probable cause in a way very clear and all the other things. Check out the evidence you see. Plus pointing out all the other things you got to see before. So yeah, come rest assured this is in YouTube. It's just a matter of the rest. And as I pointed, for months staying here, never once did, and I know it's going to be a surprise to you, who'd imagine, right? Nobody have a brilliant idea to try to stay underneath a truck trailer on the steaming hot sun you just saw here. That isn't even hot for me underneath a tree, let alone something made of metal. Through the rain, only leaving when the phone finally started recording. Because if you have the audio recording, you got to listen to me saying that, and even listen to that voice while the rain is falling around. So, yeah, that's pretty bad. Also for the car, the one with the plate that I mentioned, that was locking there, also stayed down in the early stages of rain and then left out. You saw anyone getting in, just pointing that out to you. No, don't forget, those are the real victims, right there. Also, the car might have realized what I said there on the phone about me leaving exactly as I leave, because very likely was his intention. There goes the rain. Sucks, actually. So when I say that my skin looks like this for a reason, that is the same criminal just leaving the truck once the rain goes away. I'm turning it off, of course. So, as I was saying, when you say my skin looks like this for a reason, it starts in a matter of hours, not much, even days, actually, it starts in a matter of minutes, but let's just say it can last and get you a very distinct state in hours rather than days, rather than even one day. I just want you to picture this and picture that, because it goes a long way. Again, it was nothing. Literally nothing. Moved in when it started raining. Moved out when the rain stopped. Turned on the engine for no reason with the open door. You can physically hear the brakes, the compressor of the air tank filling up and emptying it because it's functioning properly. And then it continues the engine on. To some point it shuts down. Then it stays there until the rain stops, and then it turns off the engine and goes.